Hi everyone! You're about to take a look at a quick how-to for content and screencasting. This video was recorded in Kaltura, which you'll find under the My Media tab in NCU1, but there are lots of different screencasting platforms out there, many of which offer free versions. Find the one you're most comfortable with and stick to it. If you choose Kaltura, there's a resource in the CTL also linked on this page to help you get started. A few things to remember. First, be in your element. Comfortable but still presentable, and don't worry about perfection. I promise students are way more interested in your feedback than anything else. And as you'll see in this demo, dings and notifications are a bit distracting, so make sure you're in a quiet spot, and if you think about it, turn off those notifications. Now without further delay, take a look at this video on how you too can deliver feedback through screencasting. This is the TTE training feedback section. And in the TTE guide, which is very directive, it says that our feedback should be appropriate, meaningful, individualized, balanced, timely, developmental, and forward-thinking, multimodal. Here's an example of multimodal feedback. And all of this while embodying the growth mindset. And so one way that we can show students that we have a growth mindset is to share with them something that we currently have a problem with or that we did have a problem with. I do this a lot with students with APA. I tell them that it doesn't come naturally to many people. I share that I keep my APA manual right beside my desk, and I'll actually pick it up and I'll show it to them in the video, just so they know, and that seems to help students. And so I think we should share that in this training. And so in this particular piece of feedback, the student shares it, he's a procrastinator, and so the feedback is, oh yes, many of us share this problem. And so here's one tip that I do that you might be able to do that might help you, down the line. One way that this feedback could be better is maybe to add a resource. Something from NCU would be the best, but there are also great resources out there on procrastination and how to overcome it, like TED Talks and stuff like that. So, we could actually say this is great feedback, but if you wanted to take it a step further, you could insert resource here. And so that would be one example. Let's see another example. All of these great examples I found. Another example would be how to incorporate multiple pieces of what our feedback should be. So, we have here feedback that's individualized and timely, but how could we also make it developmental and forward thinking? So here the student is talking about their company and this company's policy, and they refer to they use this word they. It's like a catch-all. And so here the professor is helping the student be more succinct and clear in their writing, but they're also helping the student connect the course material to their work right now. It's relevant. It's great, right? And maybe this also will help down in the document, the student, be more forward thinking. But what are some things that we could add to this piece of feedback other than questions? Who is they? To whom do you attribute the policy? Is it from leadership or HR? Does it impact the policy success? Maybe we'd say why. Now say why. Give an example from the reading. In the readings for this week, this particular resource said this about organizations' leadership and their, interaction with policy or HR and policy. How is HR involved in the policy process and how does that trickle down? We could add that piece here to make this piece of feedback more robust, and it could make the feedback even more individualized for the student and help them think through their current situation and their current organization a little bit better. And then down here, something that is developmental and forward thinking within NCU rather than within the student's organization is here. There's a quote, but there's no citation. There's no attribution to the original author. So, it's great. Did you find it online in a publication? This is good feedback, but how could we make it better? Say why it's important to include a citation. Whoop. You know, it's important because it strengthens your credibility as a writer. It's important because APA requires you to do it. It's important because as you move forward in your program, your professors are going to expect to see proper APA citations. You know, if the student is going to be writing a dissertation, it's important because in the dissertation phase, you only get 2 chances to upload your document to turn it in. So it's very important on the front end to understand why citing is important. All of these things could be listed here. We could even give the student a resource. There are lots of resources in the Academic Success Center, in the Dissertation Center. We could also tell professors to turn off their email notifications while they're giving multimodal video feedback.